Beautiful.
I'm very proud and so happy that I see a sea of change where, we have been talking about diversity, inclusivity, breaking away from stereotypes and all that. But it's not just lip service. It is happening. And I am so grateful that I am here when it is, because I've seen and I've worked with so many amazing actresses who came before me, who should have had this privilege. And so I am very grateful that to be given the opportunity to sit at the table and to be seen. How did I die?
I've seen you die 1,000 ways in 1,000 worlds. And every single one, you were murdered.
What? Why would anybody want to kill me? This movie has been such a gift. When you receive a script like that and you understand how long it takes sometimes to actually offer such a rare gift, you must find a way to hold on tight and embrace it so that you can bring it to the world. I've been in the business now for 40 years, and I think a lot of actresses, even actors, particularly actresses, we do find that as the numbers get bigger, the roles start to dwindle away, and then you see you're being put in boxes. Right? I mean, it's so easy to put an actor, whether it's for their culture, their race, and the color of their skin, into boxes that seems to fit what certain filmmakers do. Now I'm getting all emotional. But it's been like that. We've been like in a puddle of emotions because it's a long time. And I think it got to a stage where you think it's the norm. That being not nominated or not be seen in that way is almost the norm. So you get on with your work. And fortunately, this is not work to me. This is love. This is passion. I don't do a movie because I have to, and I think I would only do it because it's my passion.
Evelyn, did you hear me?
Sorry. What did you say? I think everybody knows that I am from Malaysia. And Malaysia, we are a very multiracial society. So I grew up with the Malays, the Indians, the Chinese. I grew up watching movies from India, from Europe, from foreign countries like America, and Chinese movies. So I've always seen myself on the big screen. The only difference was I never thought I would be on the big screen. That wasn't my dream, to be an actor. I loved the magic of cinema. I loved being transported, whether, what's the Ben-Hur or The Sound of Music or to a Japanese film, Kurosawa, that magical feeling of being not where you are, but somewhere else, and be taken to all these incredible places and meet all these amazing people. And then I started my career in Hong Kong, where these faces are seen all the time. We are the heroes, right? Our leading men and women, it's us. So when I first came to Hollywood, I was a little taken aback to be told, first of all, you're a minority. What does that mean? That I don't have a place here? Or I have to work harder to be heard and be given opportunities? And then I think at that point, they didn't really make the difference between whether I was Chinese or Japanese or Korean or if I even spoke English. So every time I met someone, people would talk very loudly and very slowly. But thank God, the things have changed. I mean, the movie world, the TV world, our media is like holding up a mirror to ourselves and our community and our world. And we see ourselves part of that community. So why would we not see it reflected on the big screen or even on TV? So that is something that I continue to fight for, and I always have. But the issue is like we do need to keep pushing the boundaries, and I must say I've been so blessed because my first movie when I came out to America was Tomorrow Never Dies, a Bond movie, to be part of the Bond legacy.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were following me around, Mr. Bond.
And you know, James Bond has always at that point still been known as very macho, and the girls played the ones with the cutie names. But Barbara Broccoli, Michael Wilson, the producers of the Bond series, also realized their legacy needs to evolve with the world and what is demanded from their audiences as well.
Fine. Not friends, not sisters.
Then, of course, I did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, right? And to be honest, after the Bond movie, I didn't work until Crouching Tiger, which was almost 2 years later, simply because I could not agree with the stereotypical roles that were put forward. So it does take time, and hence, you know, change in anything always takes time, because we are comfort, we love, we're comfort animals, right? We stay with things that we know very well. Let's not rock the boat because this is working so well, you know, let's just cruise down the river. And you can't do that. Life is about being chaotic. Life is about taking risks. Life is about making changes. And given, we have to be mindful how to change and what are the changes for. So over the years, you can see, I mean, with that, I did Sunshine with Danny Boyle. And I remember at that time when he sent me the script, he said, "Oh, Michelle, it's written for a guy, but don't worry about it." And I love that, because that's how you want to be seen. It's not about the gender, it's not about the race, it's not about the color of your skin. It's because he thinks you're capable of handling this role as an actor. And that is what we want to continue on that path. Then, of course, Crazy Rich Asians came along.
How do I look?
Perfect. It lit a fire, and that fire grew bigger and bigger. I remember doing the press, and the young reporters who come in and they'll say, "My parents are so excited. I'm interviewing you." And it occurs, and it strikes you. It goes like, it's true. Crouching Tiger was 22 years ago. Tomorrow Dies was like 25 years ago. And you must have been like 3 years old. So I do get it. And now I have to think, what is a very innovative way to get with my young audience? Because I know the last generation, I have friends and fans who have followed my body of work. So with Crazy Rich Asians, I started to break open this thing. So the young people look at me, "Oh, she's the scary mom, but she's kind of cool, you know?" And then, of course, that very iconic line, thanks to John Chu,
You will never be enough.
"You'll never be enough." Then when Shang-Chi came out, it was another huge leap forward. And I must say, I think at that point, we ninja kicked that glass ceiling to smithereens. And we said, we are here to stay. And that's what we need to do now, is to keep pushing forwards. Not to look back and say, oh, we weren't given. How do we make the opportunities? How, now that we know that the audience do want to see what we have to offer. I mean, as ordinary a life as an Asian immigrant family, we reached out and touched so many hearts. So it is all about good storytelling. And after that, and it's not even about us telling our own stories. Everything Everywhere All at Once was written by the two Daniels. One is Asian and the other is Caucasian. And I think that's the perfect balance. That's how we make movies. That's how we make TV series. It's a true collaboration on so many different levels. It's not about one person. It's not about one actor. It's about all of us coming together and loving what we do and putting our hearts and soul into it. Well, I'm very blessed because I have Jordan, my stylist, and also Kit from Hong Kong, who's worked with me for like many years. It's important to, because you know you have to attend so many functions, and your fans crave that red carpet moment. And I think that's part and parcel of what we do. It's like we created this magical movie or world for them. So this is an extension of that. And to be shown these amazing, almost like an art, all these, you know, amazing designers to start off with, and then all the haute couture or the latest fashion that they keep coming out with. It's hard work for them. So I have great appreciation when they bring their designs. But at the end of the day, you know who you are, because you can't let the dress wear you. And you can't be walking around going, I am so uncomfortable, oh, I can't breathe. And you are expected to sit there for 3 hours and you're like, I'm gonna die. Oh, I can't go to the bathroom. So sometimes you have to be practical. But I think at the end of the day, it's like you must know your own style. You have to be comfortable in your own skin, whether it's the hair, the makeup, and things like that. I think, first of all, being in this business, I mean, women, we all know how important women are important in our lives, whether it's my grandmother was very important in my life at that time because my mom was very young when she had us. So she was 22 when she was pregnant with me. So, you know, I think she's more of a child than myself sometimes. But it was also my grandmother who nurtured us, who cared for us. And I think that's where you learn when you are a child, to take in what is kindness, what is gentleness, what is all this caring and sharing and warmth. And it's very important that as you're growing up, I really truly believe that nurture, it plays a very important part. So I was very blessed with my grandmother and then, of course, my mother. One of the reasons why I am here today is really because of my mom, because she is the diva. She is the one who loves the movies, and she would have made one of the greatest movie stars if she had a chance. But so she laid it on me, which is a good thing. And as I went on, I think what really happened, women have always been so important for me because when I went to, for example, as I grew up, then when I went to Hong Kong to work, I was in a completely new territory, but we formed like a sisterhood. Women who are there are now like my sisters. They're not in the same profession, actually. Most of them aren't. They're very highly regarded businesswomen in their own way. So I've always been surrounded by women who are very independent, very strong, very smart. Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, we fell in love on first email.
Mrs. Wang, are you with us?
Yes? Of course, I'm here. We were like, okay. She was like, let's ditch the Daniels and run away. I'm like, woman after my own heart. We text, because she wakes up very early, and I'm an early bird as well. So we end up texting each other, and, because, I'm like, well, she's rooting for me, I'm rooting for you. And then, what we are is like, for me, she's already a winner. She's always been a winner. And so, she sent me something. She said, did you get it, babe? So, it's a very precious relationship. I mean, we have known each other for the many, many, many years. But sometimes when you meet someone and that connection, it's not the length of time. And Jamie Lee is one of the most generous in spirit that I have ever met. Someone that's very giving. She's always giving. She's always sharing. And yet at the same time, I mean, she's frigging Hollywood royalty, right? But she is nurturing. And I think that is very, very important. But between the two of us, we set a tone, like, don't mess around, okay, guys? We can take you on.
I love that.
What is a stereotype? We see stereotypes all over the place. It's okay, but they need to have dreams and aspirations as well. It's their choice to be a certain type of person. We can laugh with them, but we can't always be laughing at them. And I think it's very important that, when we see, it's, for example, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's an authentic story of an Asian immigrant family. Is that a stereotype? She owns a laundromat. But it is a true reality that a lot of Asians have laundromats, or they have restaurants or takeouts. But that doesn't mean that they are only doing that. I think what we have to be able to embrace is the bigger picture. And at the end of the day, I think what we are working towards is forget the color of the skin. Give me the opportunity because I am capable. And I think it should be like that for everyone.